All right, my name is Nezi Momodu, and you are watching Your 2 Cents for Today.
Welcome back to another episode of Your 2 Cents for Today. If you are a subscriber, welcome back, family. We're glad you're here. If you've seen the past few episodes, I hope that you've taken notes and caught some gems. If you are new to Your 2 Cents for Today, please like, subscribe, and share if you enjoy our show. So we are back with another interview, bro. Another one. And I brought someone very special to my heart today. Welcome to Your 2 Cents for Today. Welcome to the show, Nezi.
Thank you, Jada.
Just to let you know. I'm glad you're here too. So just to let you know, Nezi is a friend of mine. We've known each other for a few years. We actually went to the same college together, and she is very talented to the point that I realized that I had to put her on the show and let y'all know what type of skills she possesses. So I wanted to really dive deep into that, but just to let the people know who do not know who you are, what do you do? What is your passions? And tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm straight from the bush. My name is Nena. My name is Nezi. I'm an artist, so I do a lot of visual and performing art. So that's going to be 2D and 3D artwork, theater. I make music as well. I do culinary arts as well. So basically anything art related, I do. I sew, everything. My mom tells me I do too much, actually. Only thing I don't know how to do is play an instrument besides the flute. So there's that. But I'm going to get there. Yeah.
So this piece behind us is actually a piece of yours, correct?
Yes, it is.
And it was charcoal.
It's charcoal and graphite on illustration board, so it's really heavy, but that's why it looks a little bit more detailed, because you're going to be looking at that dry media and you get to out all the features that you want in there. So yeah, and this piece is actually like about 3 years old. I like to say it's temporarily sold. The person who really wants it is telling me not to sell it, but he hasn't given me my money yet. So if you want to get that hoe, let me know.
Let it go, bro. No, I actually love this piece because I'm used to seeing your paintings, which are really beautiful. Her art pieces are so extravagant that I actually bought one myself a few years back, and I still have it and I still love it today. And so seeing this new form of art that you use something else to do is actually very nice, because I can see it's black art, number one, and I can see the detail, like the crack in the lips, the freckles around the nose and the upper lip. Like, you put a lot of thought into this one. That's why I like it so much.
Thank you.
That's why I like it, because it wouldn't have turned out like that if I did it. It would have turned out real differently. So I think it's a really beautiful piece, and I wish I should have brought my own piece, but you know what? I'll post a picture the day that I release this. I'll post a picture on my Insta story and let y'all see what she painted for me, because it was really beautiful. So let's dive straight into it.
Let's get it.
So, just for those of y'all who don't know us, I really love, the things I love about Nezi is I love her artwork, I love her music, and I love, I've seen her cooking skills, and that's another plus for me. If y'all see, bro, if you follow her on Instagram and you see, she looks like a private chef. And I'll be messaging her like, hey girl, hey friend, what you doing? What you making today? And she makes gumbo, and a lot of pieces that she made for a long time was vegetarian, right?
Vegan. So I was vegan for like 6 months, and like from what I saw, like people who are vegan, even when I looked at black vegans, it was a lot of like fried foods. And I'm Nigerian, so we don't just be eating just fried foods like that. So I eat a lot of like curry and different types of meals. So when I went vegan, I was like, and if you are like, any African, especially West African, meat is our comfort food, bro. Like that meat that's inside this stew, man. So I was like, what am I gonna do without eating all this meat? So I had to find like really interesting ways of like flipping it and making delicious meals that were really good and really tasty and also look good. And then that's what she's talking about, because I started posting it for no reason, and I really thought I was somebody, and then all of a sudden I got all these people asking me for like recipes, and I'm like, I don't even use a recipe, I just be cooking. But yeah, it was a wild ride, but I also make other stuff too, not just vegan stuff. So
yeah, it looked It looks so good. Like, I was actually thinking of popping up at her house sometimes, but I thought, would that be weird?
It would be. But
would that be weird if I just maybe bring some wine and say hello? So out of all of the talent that you do possess and the skills that you have gained over time, what do you think best represents you? Is it the art? Is it the music, the cooking? What type of creativity that you possess thinks represents you the most?
All right, that's a loaded question, but I'm gonna say cooking. Cooking,
really?
Absolutely. Period. So, I don't know if you guys are like familiar with like African culture or whatever, but my grandmother actually sold party rice, so she sold jollof rice, and sometimes she would sell it to like people at hospitals, and she would make food just for people who didn't, weren't able to have food. And her jollof rice was sweet. So it wasn't like they were getting cheap rice, no meat. Like she would cook and cook and cook and just slave. And so from there, she taught my mom how to do that. My mom is one of 9, so she will cook for everybody. And so then when we came here and you're so far away from your culture, every time I would be kind of sad that I was missing Nigeria, my mom would teach me how to cook different meals. Now the way she taught me is questionable because she would be hitting me for no reason, like I'm supposed to know how to do stuff. But over time, like I learned how to make a lot of stuff, and my mom actually owned a bakery back when we were in Nigeria as well. So I like to say I learned from the best, but because of that, just because of how far it goes in my family, especially since my great-grandmother also cooked, cooking absolutely is like my number one. Even when I'm stressed, you'll never see me in the kitchen like not enjoying myself, like whipping pots all the time.
Yeah, that's interesting. I actually didn't expect you to say that.
Yeah.
I'm glad I brought up cooking. See, I knew because the way she puts her creativity into, I know she put creativity into your plates, like you try to get the sauces.
Yeah, like, you gotta get have a little drink, you know what I'm saying?
No. Like, okay, I see it. So, when do you find yourself in the most creative state of mind?
Man, this is gonna sound so bad, but like, when I low-key be depressed. When I be going through it, yeah, like if I'm by myself for a long period of time and I like find that I'm really stressed, then that's when I find that I create the most, because it helps me let it out. It helps me, feel a little bit better. So when my back is against the wall, I'm usually coming up with my best stuff. Most of the projects that I have released or most of the paintings that I have done or collections are always like right after I went through like a long depression. It makes absolutely no sense. I wish I could create when I was happy.
Right.
It would probably sound a lot. No, it would probably be trash, to be honest with you.
Because that healing process becomes so powerful when you're depressed, when you heal yourself. I feel that because that healing process, you like, if I got to heal myself every time, you feel so powerful in that moment because really that's when you know. Yeah,
and I think it's like that for a lot of artists because like when I think about like Bryson Tiller, that was my nigga, and then he got a girlfriend and then had a kid, and then his next album dropped, and I was like, damn nigga, I might not want to listen to your shit when you happy, fam. I need you to break up with your girl.
No, I feel that. I really feel that. So, is it like in the shower, or is it when you just by yourself, when you with somebody, in the car, on the ride home?
It can be anything, but I think it's like collaborative. So like when you're working with other artists or you got other artists around you, other beats, like just little things, it's hard to explain it. It's not something that you can put in words, but everybody that is watching that's a creative kind of understands what I mean. Like one little word, one little beat, one little moment, you look at a building, and it can just trigger like months of like, okay, I'm off this, like off the strength of that, I'm finna just create. And then you look back and you're like, damn, like I really hit that hole off of just this. So.
Right. So I listened to some of your songs when they were in SoundCloud, and it was like just SoundCloud for a while. But you released Seasons, which was Mixtape, right?
Seasons album, Endless Hour Mixtape.
Okay, Seasons album, Endless Hour Mixtape. And when that first came out, it was a lot to break down because it was a whole story set, right?
It's a lot of tracks.
It's a lot of tracks. It's 27, I believe. I think it's 27.
Yeah, 27.
And so, but a lot of them were pieces you had already released, and you were just putting them on the album.
Yeah, and a lot of them were like voice memos. So it was like 27 tracks, but not 27 songs.
Right.
For those of you who just got scared, I was not hitting at Chris Brown like.
And a lot of them, the ones that were more of a message, like words and talking, where it was really beautiful. Especially, I really loved how I always love your intros and your outros. You know how to open up, and you definitely know how to close.
Thank you, Jada.
I know that's definitely my favorite. Her intros and her outros. Like the intro makes sure, like, okay, let me listen to what she got to say, and the outros were like, dang. So when the next one out? When can I see what else you got to say? You know. So I really love that. So on one of them, on the Seasons album, you said got jumped by 3 guys, was no Mariah around.
Okay, so anyone who knows me, like here, I had a temper growing up. And let me not even say that. Actually, I didn't have a temper. I was African, I was a fob, and people would make fun of me. And so I had to learn how to fight, and I had to beat people up all this fucking time. And I had fought this girl, and I beat her ass. Well, she had cousins. Little did I know, her cousins had hands. So I got jumped, and my best friend, my quote-unquote best friend, when I tell you this hoe was on skate, like God.
So she was with you at the time?
She was with me at the time. I swear to God, she has never ran track until that day. I swear to God, nowhere. So it's just little things like that. And then what was worse, like the next day, because people saw what happened, the next day they was like, damn, you know, she left you like I got clown, straight clown.
In the hallway. They be ruthless in the hallway. Man, that second to third period be tight. Bro, no, that's actually crazy.
It's funny, but it's also like, it's symbolic, because like, if I fought so many battles for that girl, like, well, the reason why I fought the original girl was because she was messing with her man. So I fought all her battles, but it came full circle. Like when it was finally time, she's been people tried to jump her before I would jump in, and then when it was my time, she
that light sun.
It's alright though. Yeah.
It is what it is. So yeah, I was listening. You like, I got jumped by 3 guys. Was Mariah around? I was like, what? What happened? So I needed that backstory.
Nah, she was coming.
You saw that in so smooth.
To this day, I feel like when to this day, it's alright though.
Okay, so one of your other lyrics in Seasons was "I ghostwrite for God," and I think I heard it in one of your freestyles.
Yeah, that's
right. I think about it. Yeah.
It's from my text Cyphers, like my rhymes. I'm the big bad broad, the niggas applaud. My rhymes never flaw. I ghostwrite for God. Yeah.
So what put you in that zone where you say you ghostwrite for God? Because that's a powerful one.
So in my past life, I was Moses. I'm
crying.
Nah, I don't know. I really don't know. I was just talking shit. I really don't know. It just.
Where was you at when you?
Man, I was like,
I ghostwrite for God. I was like,
I was with my niggas, ignorant niggas, and they just came out and they was like, I was like, should I keep that hold? It was like,
yeah, you should keep that. What? Bro, I was over there like, dang, and it was crazy. No, the energy in the Texas Tech Cyphers. Back in the day, there used to be Texas. There's no Texas Tech Cyphers usually now.
Oh, not anymore.
They died down on them. You know, we used to do a yearly. Yeah. But those used to be, the energy there used to be lit. It used to be very, very lit. And you used to come, I know everyone used to be waiting for Nezi. They're like, oh, Nezi next, Nezi getting on the track. And we were like, bro. And she used to put on performance every time, which is crazy. It was a wild every time. She used to say something slick every time. And when you said I ghostwrite for God, I was like, oh, I gotta know where she was at when she said that. Like, where can I ghostwrite? What's the job description? I probably could feel it, like, give me time. So that was a big thing for me. I know also on your Seasons album, you put Houston, Dallas, Lagos. Is it Lagos?
Lagos.
Houston, Dallas, Lagos.
Yeah.
And so that's all the places you lived?
Nah, that song is like a homage to like all my friends. So it's like all the friends that I've had in all the past. So most of my friends are from Houston. Obviously I live in Dallas and I'm from Lagos. So putting those 3 together was basically, it was like a flip on Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. So.
Okay, yeah, I felt the vibe. So now that you're here, now that we're in this moment, which one do you prefer?
All the way in Lagos till I die. Niger, what?
Okay, that was an easy one.
Niger Day, what? Come on.
So over Houston and Dallas, do you?
I've been in Houston. I'm not a Houston person like that. I have no knock to Houston though, because obviously all my favorite people are from Houston, but nah, it's not for me. I'm very
living in Dallas.
Yeah, I prefer living in Dallas just because I think Houston is really interesting because it's a little bit fast paced. Mm-hmm. I would like to think of it like
there's a lot of culture there.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
There's a lot of good food and good music.
Hey, Houston got a lot of good music. It does have a lot of culture. I will say the good comparison that I can give for like Houston versus Dallas is like you have Beyonce and you got Erykah Badu.
Now they got Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, they got Meg and they got Erykah Badu. Right?
Erykah Badu?
Down here.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, I said they.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking at like very polished, very almost like the LA of like Texas, like very polished.
Right.
You gotta be like bad bitches, Houston strippers, like everything that Houston is known for is it looks good, right? And then you come to Dallas and you got people who are gritty. You have so many different sounds, so many different cultures. It's like a mecca to me. People really sleep on Dallas artists because when you find a Dallas artist, it's different. It's completely different. Houston does have a sound too, and not to knock Houston artists because I'm friends with a lot of Houston artists, but like there's a complete vibe in Houston. But when you go to Dallas, the vibe is about like being eclectic. Everyone comes from different avenues. You're not gonna find two Dallas artists that sound the same. We take from so many different things. Dallas culture in itself is so used across the country. Like people, celebrities come to Dallas, see the way we dance, see the way we talk, see the swag in Dallas, and they take it, label it as their own, or they put it somewhere else. But at the end of the day, it's still Triple D. Like you can't, you cannot. So yeah, like I fucks with Houston. Houston is nice. I love Houston flows, everything. But when it comes down to it, like I'm not a prep polished type of girl. Like I'm more gritty. I like different things. I like to take from different ideas, and Dallas is a good place to be able to like bounce that off of. So yeah,
I love that. No, I love that energy. I do think Dallas is slept on. And now that you say that, it's a lot of it is because they don't know what to grasp on. They don't know what to label us, and it's because we don't have labels. Like we reach so many places, we touch so many things that it's hard for you to describe us to be only one way. We're everything, and I think a lot of that's surpassed, and people look past it because it's not simple. Dallas is not simple.
And Dallas don't look like the way they want other cities to look. Dallas people don't act like the way they want us to act. Like Dallas people don't walk the way they want us to walk. Like when you come to Dallas, especially when like my friends come to Dallas, they're like, oh yeah, I'm trying to go to Uptown, I'm trying to see. I'm like, that's not you looking for the wrong thing in Dallas. Like you gotta go everywhere in Dallas to really see what Dallas has to offer, and there's so many different things. And there was like 2 years straight where I promise you, niggas was taking all Dallas dances down from Flex to Ricky Bobby and calling it different names and putting a Cali beat on it. No, like, no, not to Cali, but like, I was like, dang, like, niggas really be coming to Dallas, bro. Like, they really be coming to Dallas, and they gentrify Dallas dances, Dallas culture, even Dallas haircuts, down to like, people don't understand this. You can't see it. It's not duplicated. There's only one Dallas, and I love that aspect of it. And I'm unbiased. Like, I'm coming in as an African, just like coming into the city. I've seen both cities. Houston is like baby Lagos, like nothing but Nigerians in Houston. Like, so serious. So like, I'm completely unbiased. I should like Houston more than Dallas, but to be fair, to be honest, just like as an artist looking in, it's about what you're looking for. And I like, being eclectic, and I like taking from different styles, and that's where, that's what Dallas has to offer. So.
I love it. So where do you get most of your support from?
I get most of my support from God, for He's our Savior, the Lord Almighty, mighty Jehovah. I get most of my support from my friends, and then, obviously God though, my friends, and then from there probably my family, depending on what I need them to support me on.
Right. That's important. That's important. Depending on, depending on what.
Well, my friends, 100% my friends.
That's good. Okay, so I know in seasons you discussed a lot of, losing friends to different situations, whether it was jail or, them being killed or just, a bad situation that you had to break it off. But now that we talked about it earlier, you were saying most of that situation was in Nigeria?
Nigeria and here. So like, really when I was talking about that, I have a friend, right now she's doing like 40 to life for killing like a little kid. And she was one of like my closest friends here growing up. She was in nursing school, wouldn't hurt a fly, right? And it was one of those situations where, that's why I like seasons. That's why I like seasons making it, and that's why I can't listen to seasons now, because it's like I was going through so much and just like reflecting on everything. Like you blame yourself for so many things you can't control. Like she was my best friend. When your friend get into a relationship that they shouldn't be in, and when they kind of like leave you for that relationship, and you telling them like, hey, like this person is not good, and they kind of like, no, you jealous, or you, and that person like takes them. Well, the girl that she was in a relationship with, she had a 2-year-old boy, and my friend basically, I don't know how it happened or what the situation was, but she basically killed the 2-year-old kid. So now she's in jail. And then like months before, her girlfriend's child.
Okay.
And so, yeah, but like months before, she had called me like, hey, like, can I stay with you? Like, can I come up there and stay with you? And I was like, I don't want that drama. I had already tried to get you to leave this girl. Nice. I'm in college now. I don't want the drama. I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna, I was like, I'm not even gonna invest in this. Like, you on your own now. And that day haunts me so much, because I'm like, what if, I had one job, which was like to be a friend, and in my mind, just being selfish, I thought, well, I was a friend this whole time telling you to leave this girl. But when you're a friend and your friend calls you, like, and when they're finally here to receive the message, and the first thing you tell them is like, nah, like, you got it. Are you really a friend? So because of that, like, and even to this day, I still think about it. I'm like, damn, like, I could have, something could have changed, but.
Right, but then nothing could.
Yeah, but nothing could have, yeah.
It could have been a lot to get the same result.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
I could have killed everybody, Cut. That's not funny.
Cut.
That's not funny.
Cut. We're gonna have to chop that rewind. Like, oh, bro. Okay, so let me get a sip of water. Is this water?
Have you ever had to chop a sing?
Okay. So out of everything that you've been through, your ups and downs, do you feel like if you didn't go through at least some of those hardships, you would have the experience and knowledge you need to succeed?
I don't know. I think you go through everything for a reason. Yeah, so absolutely, I had to go through everything I went through in order to. Now, there's some things that I didn't really have to go through. Now that I think about it, but for the most part, I had to go through all the hardships that I went through in order to succeed.
Okay. So is there any other like field you want to dip your toe in? You're in painting?
Oh,
you're in
absolutely.
You're in music?
Theater, like film. So
acting.
Yeah, acting, 100% acting. But like, not just that, like writing screenplays, but my main thing is I've been working on a fantasy novel for the past 4 years, and I cannot get past chapter 10, and I need to finish it. Like, all the people who have read it are like, bro, finish this whole, get it published.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, but that's my problem. So like, I don't know if like, the phrase like jack of all trades, master of none, that is my number one. My mind just goes to so many places, and I was like, I'm gonna focus on one thing, and that's music right now. So I'm gonna focus on music. When music pans out, it can fund all the other things that I want to do, but I have to like keep focused on one thing.
I feel that. Okay. So, these were just talking about. So some of my songs, some of the songs that caught my attention on Seasons was like Temper, where you're telling like a story and you crack a couple jokes up in there, you crack a couple hood jokes up in there, and it's just really funny. And then my favorite rappers is where you're paying, homage to a lot of the ones who inspired you when you were younger, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So and older. So do you have new favorite rappers that you feel that look since then?
Absolutely not.
Really? It's still the OGs.
It's still the OGs. I have rappers that I really like, but I wouldn't call them my favorite. They haven't been making music long enough to be my favorite rappers. Like, you can't compare them to like legends. So.
Okay. So what's your favorite song in Seasons? I'm gonna tell you mine when you hear.
All right.
Not songs.
My favorite song in Seasons is going to be Euphoria, hands down. But close second is Grapevine.
Okay. Mine will forever be Hometown Chillin', of course. Hometown Chillin', look it up. And then I can relate the most to Family. I can relate like when you had that, I felt that one. Okay, what's your favorite song on the Endless Hour? Volume
Jug
1.
Everything, Jug Everything.
Jug Everything.
Streaming now. Type in
Please watch the music video.
GG,
I think
Jug
you'll love
Everything.
it.
Somebody's in there.
Somebody. Do we know who? Find out next time.
Dragon Balls.
And so, you Jug Everything?
Jug Everything.
Okay, mine's the Endless Hour, the outro.
The outro is nice, but Jug Everything, bro, it's catchy. So the biggest mistake I had with the Endless Hour is I wish I would have never made Jug Everything and it could be in my new album coming out right now. Because if I had the funds and the exposure that I had, I really feel like that would have been a radio hit. Like,
yeah.
It's so catchy.
Hella views, though.
Yeah, it did. And it has like over 100,000 plays on Spotify. Like, it's so catchy, and I'm like, bruh, like, why did I make that song?
You have all the same people in there. You know.
I have to look at the close-up camera.
You should definitely do
understand
it.
I don't know, but it's nice. That's a nice song. I love that song.
Okay. Mine's the Endless Hour. I love a couple. Throw It Back gotta be a close second. I had to get it because we were debating on it earlier.
Because I don't like my song. She mad because I don't like listening to old songs.
Adi, I would recommend it. Adi, Nezi. Adi by Nezi, Spotify.
I don't even know what that song sounds like now.
It's a vibe.
I know it's like a
You definitely should be riding an Adi when you listen to it. Come on, for the vibes. But if you can't, that's cool. Just pretend. Just manifest. And then what was another one? There was one more. Square Biz was really good for me.
Broken is another song that I like. I like Broken a lot. I think Broken should have been somebody else's song, but that's another song that I feel like would have been really good for the radio.
I know, because all your favorite songs you do music videos for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Not really. Just songs I think that are would be good for the public. But I wish I would have replaced the Endless Hour outro video with Throw It Back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to do it. Because the outro is just a long verse. Why did I make a video for that? Wasting my money.
And then your next. Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we got it. What's up? My next one.
We're gonna do it after you do what you gotta do.
Okay.
So, do you have a muse or an inspiration in art and music and all of it?
I did used to have a muse. Obi was my muse. Like, just off strength, she would like come through and I would like pay on hours, kind of based on like things that she wears, things that she says, like conversations. But in general, no, I think I just get inspired by like, I'm a very like nostalgic person. I think a lot about like my childhood and things that I like, and it brings me peace because I grew up a lot just by myself. So even though I had siblings, I grew up a lot by myself because my siblings and I were separated until my mom could bring us like to the States together. So I spent a lot of time just literally by myself, and so I would listen to music and like things like that would bring me peace and make me feel safe. So when I create, it's a very nostalgic vibe. Like you can definitely hear where it comes from. No doubt about it. So yeah, that would be my inspiration.
Okay, so the next album is the next release an album or a mixtape?
See, it was supposed to be an album, but the way things are going off and the songs that are getting cut, it might be an EP or it might be a mixtape. It's not gonna be a mixtape actually. It's gonna be an album because it doesn't have any like samples, so it's not gonna be a mixtape. But definitely either gonna be an EP
no
or
samples?
album. It doesn't have that many samples. Yeah, no, actually it doesn't have any samples.
Okay, and then
So straight.
What is the name?
The Pound. So check this out, y'all.
Can we put some? We're gonna put some bark in now.
No, you should. You should, because it's supposed to be an ode to DMX. So like DMX. It's the Pound. Yeah, yo, bitch. I'm reminiscing with this chick, wondering if I'm a creep. Real hood like bitch from 25th. Name to me.
I want you to catch all of that.
No, but it's an ode to DMX because DMX is one of my favorite rappers. So it's a very like late 90s, early 2000s type album. You're going to hear like Missy vibes. You're going to hear Lil' Kim vibes. You're definitely going to hear like references to like DMX, Rough Riders, like the dog. That's why it's called The Pound. But and then you'll hear like some more current stuff too. But really, you are going to hear Bad Boy, everything that makes you think of Genuine, Crip Walk into I Need a Girl Part 2, you're going to hear it in that album.
So what do you think you discuss the most about your music? Is it love? Is it anger? Frustration? Depression?
It depends. So like Seasons was a lot of deep things, like the world.
It was Frank, Seasons?
Yeah, the world, homophobia, rape, like it was so heavy. And then like Endless Hour Mixtape was just casual stuff, like you talking about relationships, niggas ain't shit, ain't never gonna be shit, still ain't shit, and just like stealing, just stuff that like a young person carefree would talk about. And then this one is really, because I haven't released music in so long, it's definitely just I'm a pop shit, like it's all just talking shit, ain't nothing deep about it, sans like 2 songs. It's all about popping shit. So I really actually enjoy it, and I don't really like listening to like full tapes. This one, front to back, back to front, I fucks with it tough, and that's why it took so long to make, because I really got rid of so many songs. I've cut like 10 songs from it, so yeah.
So that means you'll never release them?
No, yeah, I'm not releasing no songs. Hell no. Yeah.
So, okay, one of the most powerful ones for me, one of the most powerful messages where Tyler was speaking was uncertainty and discovery. And that one was like, you can find a lot of things in loneliness, either uncertainty or discovery, and I chose to find discovery. And that really touched me because, being, for me, being an only child on top of, always just stepping on my own, not knowing how to step with other people, I found that as interesting because it really is, you can either, decide to sink or decide to fly with that loneliness. And so...
I really wish you said swim. I really wish you said. I
Okay.
really wish you said.
It's okay. We'll run it back.
No. Keep that. It's a very natural moment. You can either sink or fly. Can you imagine?
Either sink or fly.
Sink or fly. Y'all ain't see or y'all ain't. Ain't that a fish or a bird? It's up to you.
Please. I can't do anything serious with her.
You say you can either jog or swim. I'm good.
Okay. I'm really running out of questions. That's the first. Okay. So why did you decide to put? So number one was Taylor. Like, was this one story that you broke up? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So Tyler, I asked her. So the concept behind Seasons was obviously seasons. So spring, winter, whoop-de-whoop. So I asked her to make a voice memo for spring. And so the original idea was gonna have like different friends talk about winter. So like when they were down, talk about spring, talk about summer. When they're up, to match the tones. If you notice in the album too, like summer has more of the live songs, and then winter it gets like reflective, and then spring is kind of like finding yourself type thing. So she sent me like this 1 to like 2 minute voice memo, and it was about spring, but it fits so much in like the whole year, and I was like, nah, like this is it, this is my album. And I just like cut it up, and yeah, and she likes it a lot.
Okay, interesting. And you put it on there because you felt like you related to it, so deeply.
Yeah, it was perfect. Like I couldn't have perfect, but it's because she's a Virgo. That's why it was perfect.
You and these signs, oh my goodness. Keep in mind, I don't know any sign really besides like Thor. So when people tell me, I ask, but I don't know why I ask, because I don't know. They say I'm Aquarius, I'm like, oh, okay. That's really it. I don't know.
Oh, well, you can either sink or fly.
You either sink or fly.
I'm gonna start saying that. Hey, Cypher ain't gonna sink or fly, honey. What you gonna do? You're going to sprout wings or you're going to get gills?
I can't say that. Okay. So we talked about cooking, music, art. Is there any exclusive you can give your 2 cents for today about the next album?
No.
Nothing?
No. I'm playing. Yeah, I got something for y'all. I have my intro song, which is Nez. I can perform that for you guys today.
What y'all feel? How y'all feel about it?
We got a little mini audience.
I'm sorry, but we're what you think? That's what I was thinking too, but you know, I just wanted to check in with y'all, make sure y'all felt the same. Can I add it back? All right, so so they said they were, you know, they said they were feeling it.
Okay.
They said they were into it.
We can
So
so
okay, this is the beat, right?
yes, this is the beat.
Jada, drop the beat.
You can drop the beat.
Wait, I gotta say that again because I want to edit it. Jada, drop the beat.
Alright, this is an introduction, so you already know what the fuck it is. Motherfucker, flow fat like blubber. They snooze, I bruise, make them burn like rubber. Money long like Nia, look what we got here. Big black bitch with the black brassiere. All bangs like Sia with a chandelier. I'm the apple of your eye, no hoes appear. In the Jeep, all yellow. Black Cinderella, green Jimmy Choos, bitch. Who got the shoe on the wall shit? Love shit, luxury rap. Bitches take a look at me and say I love to be that. Now baby, could you tell me what is this I see? Every nigga wanna fuck a bitch like me. No teasing, ball all season. Bitches like me, cause I don't give reasons. Catch me in an all red Versace and a see-through lace. You just heard that I was hot, damn bitch, you late.
That's cold. That's cold for sure. Okay, alright, so that's gonna be on the next one.
Yes, that's the first song on the album. So
And when is it? When's it coming out? When
So-
can we expect to see it?
I don't want to give y'all a date and it be wrong, but late August, early September is what
Okay.
I'm committing to.
Okay.
But it's really fire, guys. Like, that energy is the whole album. Like, that's just the intro track. So there's a lot of different things. I got some raunchier songs on there. I got some triple D ass songs in there, straight for jigging. And it's gonna be a lot of different, but it's still gonna be that same energy. So it's gonna be dope. Yeah.
Okay, I love to see it. I'm excited, y'all. I'm always excited. Keep in mind, the last album she said she was gonna release at a certain time. She released it like months later, but it's okay. We forgave her for it, and we hope that this time she actually means late August and early September. We will be definitely checking in with her about it. Yeah,
Thank you so much for the pressure, Jada.
I definitely remember because I was like, okay. And
When's it gonna
like,
drive?
2 weeks in, I'm like, okay. And then the month end,
I'm salty,
like,
okay. Y'all.
So,
Remember that.
so just keep that in mind. But she definitely, I definitely encourage y'all to hear Seasons if y'all are looking for a story of, you know, that has depth. And then I definitely encourage The Endless Hour Volume 1, which means is there going to be?
There is going to be a volume 2.
Oh!
I already got the beats of that hoe.
Because she put Volume 1 on the album name, so I was like, oh, there's more.
Yeah.
And how she started it was beautiful, but how you ended it was... Favorite song on the album is the outro, bro. Favorite song. Listen to the whole thing, but make sure you see that bow at the end of the album, okay? Because that hoe is smooth. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about your newest album, which will be released first, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm glad that you came on the show.
Thank you for having me, Jada.
I want to thank you for coming. You know, I'm really glad to have you on here. I really wanted the show to focus on people who were talented, gifted, you know, creative, just to show not only what we have here, but also show the culture in the heart of Dallas and how unique it is and how different, and how each and every artist, creative, entrepreneur, businessman, you know, is completely different from the other, but we still hold that culture in that community. So I'm very excited to release this. I hope that the people love it just as much as we do. And so what is your 2 cents for today? What is your advice to the people?
Okay, so my 2 cents for today is usually get money, but I'm gonna actually say my 2 cents for today is that you cannot win a battle that you've already lost inside. So if you out here trying to battle the world and face all of these things, if you're having an internal struggle within yourself, you have to resolve that first, because you're going into that battle with no weapons, no anything, no support. So if you're struggling through something, get yourself right first. And I know it seems like, especially if you're an artist, this world is so fast paced and they want everything out of you. Focus on yourself first, because I promise you, when you are healed, then you can start healing other people. Then you can start showing the world what you have. Because otherwise, you're just going out there sad.
Thank you. That was a good one. So I hope y'all had y'all's notes. I hope y'all took y'all's notes, and I hope y'all took the gems that were on this episode. I want to thank you again for having you on the show, Nezi. She'll be back. No, I'm going to wait until there's going to be a certain pinnacle, and I'm going to be like, remember? So I can't wait. She'll definitely be back on the show. I'm very glad that you were in this first, season of the show and first, part of this business project that I've been starting, and it really means a lot to me. So good to have you here.
Thank you, Jada.
Thank you. Does she have a name?
And we ain't worried about her right now. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe. 2
And
cents.
share.
And share.
And share.
And share. Alright, got a blast.
Bye.